girl Kandi Burruss,
There we
Candy
go.
Yams.
Hey, what's up?
Kandi,
How you
how are
doing?
you, my friend?
I'm good.
Yo, Kandi, I'm so super excited to chit chat with you.
Oh, well, I'm excited too. Let's go.
Kandi, I love you. You know, I've been following you since the 90s.
Oh,
And then
thank
I had to
you.
follow you on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I followed you when you opened your shop tags. I followed you when you and Tamika Tiny formed a group, a duo. I followed Escape. I followed Escape 3. I followed the marriage. I followed the businesses. I've even ate at your restaurant, Old Lady
Oh,
Gang, when I went to
wow.
Atlanta.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I
Thanks
know,
for the
right,
love.
Kandi?
Yes, that's dope.
It's a blessing to have you. I'm honored to chit chat with you. First off, congratulations on the success of I Do, I Did, I'm Done. Oh, yeah, yes. Come on, Kandi. You moving in the streets with this, Kandi.
Hey, it's kind of crazy because when we first did it, we just was like, okay, we're gonna do a show in Atlanta. And next thing I know, it was like all these different markets started asking us to do shows there, and then we was having to open up second shows in places. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Now it's turned into a whole tour.
The title alone grabs people's attention. What inspired you to create this one woman show and tell your story in this way, Kandi?
Well, I just recently got divorced, and while we were in the process of divorce, we were like on every blog, all over the internet. They were just everybody was telling their own narrative of what they thought was going on or why we broke up or whatever. And I'm one of those people that kind of vents through my creativity, you know? Um, so it was just a natural thing that I just kind of wanted to make it into a performance because then I was able to do songs that related to it. I'm playing clips of videos that I recorded like when I was really in the like low of the beginning of the breakup. And but I never posted them or whatever. But we're gonna play part of that during the show so people get to see things that I never aired. And then like because I feel like the marriage it was good while it was good. So that's the I do part. So it's part of the show that's like feel good. It's I do, so it's the songs that were fun, the opportunity, all that good stuff that had a good time. And then we go into a little bit of the dungeon, a little bit of candy coated nights, and we gonna bringing people on stage to participate in that. And then at towards the end of the show it goes into speak on it, and that's when I just
Speak
literally
on
sit
it.
down. Exactly. I'm going to sit down on stage and actually speak on it and let people know what made me file. Since everybody had their own version, you got to get to hear the real straight from me. And that part gets a little emotional. I'm not going to lie. So
Yeah.
it takes you through all the range of emotions.
Let me just say before we get into the interview, I was rooting for you and Todd. You hear me?
You.
I wanted you guys to win. I adored you and Todd Tucker together.
Thank
Even
you.
against the odds, even against your mother not feeling him, even against the naysayers, I was rooting for you. I even sent you a DM on Twitter. It's probably still there. And
Really?
Instagram. Yeah, I reached out to you because I felt for you. You were going through a lot, Kandi.
Thank you. I mean, I was rooting for us. I felt like realistically, I didn't think we would ever get divorced. I thought that we were good. So I always tell people like I don't regret my marriage. I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel any negative feelings. I felt like we had a great marriage. I feel like we just, it just got to a point where the respect was kind of lost, you know what I mean? And it doesn't I don't look at it and be like, oh, have all this ill will towards him because I don't, you know what I mean? And we are in a good space right
I've
now doing this
noticed y'all
whole
still co-parenting,
co-parenting.
y'all hanging
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Absolutely. Because it's about the
So,
children.
yeah, exactly. And we trying to be, ideal for them. And so far so good, I would say that. But I'm appreciative of the people that rooted for us. I feel like, it got, I mean, the whole divorce thing, oh Lord, when people start
Messy.
giving their opinions, it got so messy. It was crazy. But overall, everything happens for a reason. So I just accept it.
Was there anything difficult about putting some of those personal moments on stage?
Yeah, because it's so crazy. Like, we've done the show 3 times now. So we had 2 shows in Atlanta and one in Charlotte. And when I tell you, I was fine. Okay, I was fine. The show was going, it was good. And then all of a sudden, one of the clips that I told you that I recorded back then when the breakup first started happening, that came on the screen. All of a sudden, my eyes started watering up. I'm tearing up and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, literally 2 seconds ago, I was. So it definitely, the show takes me up and down. And I think it takes the audience up and down too. Like, one minute you jamming, you having fun, and it's like a party. And then the next minute it's like, oh wow, she okay?
One thing you've mastered, Candy, throughout your career is turning real life emotions into great music. Why do you think breakup and divorce songs resonate with people so deeply, Candy?
Well, I mean, because it's everybody goes through it. Everybody deals with the same thing. It's like, it's not like, I'm not special. You know what I mean? When I sit up and do the show, it's people coming up to me at the end of the show. It's like, I'm so glad you were so transparent because I'm dealing with the same thing, and I just feel like, it is one thing to be happy and excited and loving life and everything. But when you go through something that's hurtful and, that's one of the moments, it's like it take you there. So when you feel other people can relate to you, it's like you find your tribe.
You wrote classics like Bills, 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 one of my faves, of course, No Scrubs, and so many records about relationships. Looking back, did you realize those songs would become anthems for generations of women?
I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I loved them when we first wrote them or whatever, or first did the songs. But I didn't know, like, here we are. What is No Scrubs is like 30 years old now,
Yes.
and it's still like people who weren't even born when that song came out are still like singing it, word for word. And it's amazing, really. It makes me feel like, wow. I don't even know how to describe the feeling.
And I just saw something on Instagram the other day. Don't know how true it is because you never know what to believe. But it basically said Miss Candy is still eating lovely off of Bills, 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 and No Scrubs, honey. The royalty
Oh
checks
yeah.
are coming in.
And that's true.
That's not a
Praise the
lie.
Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, no, for sure. As a songwriter, I made more money as a songwriter than I did as an artist with a group
Really?
that, yes, we were in a group that had 3 platinum albums, and I still didn't make the money that I made writing songs, writing hit records for other artists. Um, And I mean, I guess that's why so many investors are trying to buy people's catalogs and stuff now because they're worth money. Like every time you hear a song playing a commercial, every time it plays, in the background of a movie, even if you could barely hear it, they had to pay to license those songs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's a blessing to have. And then for me, other people have sampled the songs, which makes a whole new copyright, like with the Ed Sheeran song. Shape of You was like the biggest song of, I guess, the
They thought
last
they was just
20.
going to take that sample and y'all
Yeah.
girls wasn't going to know a damn thing. Y'all were on that, honey. You and Tamika, y'all was,
Well,
sounds
actually,
familiar.
his people had reached out at first to clear it, but then they never hit back, and so that's why I was like, oh, okay, well maybe they didn't use it, but then it came out, and all the fans start calling it out like that sounds like. So it's like, okay, come on.
Absolutely, because you don't play about your money. Now
Hey
let's
man,
talk about
I wasn't mad at all though because it really was a blessing. Because think how big of a song Shape of You is. So now, we are part writers of that song now. And so it was just a blessing. I mean, and like what it is, the song for Doechii, her first
hmm
single that blew up for her, she sampled No Scrubs too. So, they got it cleared ahead of time. But it's like that was a blessing. It's like unexpected blessings from the
those are the
blessing.
best blessings, Candy.
Right.
Now, let's talk about this new chapter. After more than a decade on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, what has life been like since stepping away from the show?
It actually has been really good. Um, I've been doing more in Broadway, and I've had a lot of success in that lane. Like, I was a producer on Othello with Denzel Washington.
Congratulations.
I was a producer on The Piano Lesson with Samuel Jackson and Danielle Brooks, and we got a Tony nomination for that. Right now, I'm one of the producers on August Wilson's Joe Turner's Come and Gone, and that's starring Taraji P. Henson and Cedric the Entertainer, and it's been a big blessing to be a part of that world and navigating it. And as well as like, I toured with my group last year. So some of the things that I've been able to do, I've been vacationing more,
I
living my best
know.
life.
You
So
just went
some,
away for the big 50. Happy 50th. Welcome to the
thank you.
club, Candy.
Oh my
You had
God,
an
right?
amazing time.
Thank you. I've been able to do a lot that I wouldn't have been able to do if I was still on the show, just because I wouldn't have had the time, you know what I mean? So it's been great for me, and I feel like I needed that break. And then I think about, oh my God, like I trying to the divorce was crazy with all the stuff that was being said without me being on TV. I couldn't even imagine if I was on Housewives going through a divorce. That would have been a mess. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know. Like you say, like the world says, everything happens for a reason. And I just feel like, I had a great time doing it while I did. I was there 14 seasons.
That's a long time, Candy.
A long
And listen, it
time.
seems like just the other day you came on there and you and Nene was going at it and the vein was popping out of your neck. You the
Okay.
only one that had smoke for Nene. Nobody else could do it. Speak on it.
Okay, let's go. Well, but it was a good time, you know what I mean? I have a lot of good memories as well as a lot of crazy ones from being on the show. And then I had all the other spinoffs and stuff. So it was great. And then now my daughter is doing the next gen on
Yes. Shout out to
Bravo's.
Raleigh.
Yeah, they have their second season is about to come out soon. So I really feel like I'm still a part of it, even though I'm not a part of it. And hell, Housewives, my name still end up on their show every other
Sure
week.
did. It popped up last Sunday.
I
They say
was
Shamia
like,
trying to be like you.
why do I keep getting dragged into the mess? Like, what? I don't know.
When did you know your time was up on the show? Was there a season where it was like, okay, it's time for me to get off this show?
Oh, well, that season at the whole
With the dungeon, with the dragon with Portia?
dungeon, when they said that I was taking people to a dungeon, that
You
season
was
to
ready to go
me.
after that.
Yeah, I was kind of like, yeah, I was over it then. But then we stayed on for a few more years, and I would have to say probably the last 3 years of me being on the show, I kept saying to Ty, like, do you think we need to leave now? Like, what do you think? And we kept going back and forth about it. So on the year that I finally did say, yeah, I'm gonna step away and I'm not gonna come back. It was like I don't know. I feel like I had been feeling that way, but then, it's like if you do something for so long, it's almost like a crutch. You
Mhm.
kind of like scared to walk away from the crutch. It's like, should I leave? Should I not? But then I took this attitude of all the women, well, not all of, but a lot of them on our show have left. They came back. They done, came back, did all kinds of stuff. Man, I'm like, I don't been here so long. Like, my only fear was like, will the fans still support me in the other stuff I do? That
Mm.
was like my fear. Like, if I walk away and say goodbye, will the fans still be as supportive? You know what I mean? But then I was like, well, these other women leave and they do their thing, so I'm just gonna take a chance. So I did.
A lot of people know you from Housewives, but your career has always been much bigger than reality TV, Miss Kandi Burruss. What do
Mhm.
you wish people understood more about Kandi, the entrepreneur and creative?
Um, what do I want them to understand? I would say I want people to know that I am who I say I am. Like I feel like people be thinking like, oh, she can't be that chill or she can't be that supportive or she can't be that cool. No, I really am who I say I am. I really do look out for people. When I say something or if I say, yeah, I did that, I did it. Or if I say I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Like stop trying to change my narrative or put something extra on me. Like I'm not trying to be perfect. I am who I am. But overall, I feel like I'm chill. I'm just like everybody else. I'm cool. Like I'm that's what I would say about myself. And I really am a go-getter. It's not anything fake. I'm not trying to put on for anybody. That's just in me. It's just I have so many things in my life that I want to make happen and I just be going for it.
When you look back at your journey from escape to where you are today, what accomplishment makes you the most proud?
Ooh. Well, I'd say, and I tell people this all the time, longevity is the thing that makes me the most proud because that is the hardest thing to do. I know so many people that started in the game with me that were like huge, selling millions, making millions on top of millions, and then here we are, 35 years later, however long it's been, and they're nowhere to be found and nobody even speaks of them. So to me, it's like learning the art of pivoting and not necessarily always trying to pivot, but just following your instincts. Um, that has been the biggest blessing for me. And, having a family and learning how to just stay true to myself, but still do what, I love to do with entertainment or whatever. I think, that's been the best thing for me. And I know for a lot of people, it's like, it's like longevity. It's not easy. You can have dreams of what you want to do, but it's hard to like make a goal and really stick to it, even when it's not going well. You know. And
Hmm.
it's funny. I ran into one of my friends. She was a makeup artist for Escape back when we was young, so she's seen all the craziness from back in the day. And she said to me, she was like, Kandi, she said, every single thing that you are doing now, you said it in the back of a tour bus when you was a kid, like when you was young. She was like, and nobody believed you. She was like, everybody just thought, yeah, okay, girl. She was like, but you really did everything that you said you was about to do. And I laughed because I know what she's talking about. I remember the times when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and everybody's like, "Psh, okay, girl." So
We
I
got to
tell
talk.
people all the time, if you have a dream or anything that you really have a belief in, it does not matter if nobody see it for you. If you don't know, it does not matter if nobody see the vision and you the only one that see it. Stick to it.
We got to talk about escape. So, last month I did an appreciation post. My
Oh,
favorite album from Escape, Traces of My Lipstick. I love everything about the album,
really?
from the intros to the outros. Your eyes. My gosh. It's an amazing project. And I also did a poll, right? It
Hmm.
was a battle between My Little Secret or The Softest Place on Earth.
Ooh.
Up, they telling me I got to move on. So I just want to hear what you got to say about this. Which one you'll go with, Candy?
My little secret. And,
Really?
but my favorite Escape album was Off the Hook. And the reason why I say that is because for a long time, I didn't even listen to Traces of My Lipstick because there was so many bad memories of the drama and stuff that was happening creating the album. Like going into the album, we knew we was going to be on a hiatus coming out of it. We had physical fights. It was a mess during the process of creating that album. So I used to just like I never even liked listening to that album at first.
Amazing project. And I know you got to go. Candy, tell us about the shows in Philly. I believe one is sold out and I need tickets.
Ooh, yeah. So I'm gonna be in Philly on June 18th,
Uh
and
huh.
and the first show is sold out, and we only have 10 tickets left on the
Yeah,
second
well, girl, put one in the pocketbook for me.
one. Well, you best to come on. You
Oh,
better come
I'm
on.
coming, Candy, for real. I want to see this
Okay.
show.
I love you.
I
Thank you.
love you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for sharing your life on TV with us. Thank you for your contributions to R&B music. And thank you for being a survivor. Miss Kandi, you take a licking, but you keep on ticking like that Energizer bunny. And I
Okay.
love that about you.
Thank you.
Salute. I'll see you soon, Kandi.
See you soon.
All
Bye.
righty.
It was great talking to you.
You too, Kandi. You still on? I thought you was going.
I don't control it. Somebody else is controlling it.
All right, well, then I keep talking to you before they get me out of here. Kandi, you know I've loved you from day one. Always. You just a real chick. You know what I mean? Even with all the success and fame, you still a regular girl from ATL.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, you don't give off them phony ears like I'm better than and I'm all of that.
Oh, my God. I know what you're talking about because there's so many people doing it.
I know. And you know what we say? We see each other. I don't know who you got to interview with next, but I'm going to keep on talking to you, Miss Kandi. So you liked Off the Hook. That's your favorite album. Not even a debut album. I'm gagging that you said Off the Hook, even though it's a good album. But
Off the Hook was a good album to me.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was Do You Want To?
Yes.
You Can Run To?
Yes.
Hard to Say Goodbye. Feel So Good. Do Like Lovers Do. I don't know. I love that album.
I'll see you soon, Kandi.
See you soon. Bye.
All righty.